Okay, I'm going to actually begin the painting, having got the outline of my drawing. I'm going to start with the glass itself, and I think it's a case of mixing very, very soft grey colours to, you know, when you've got something that's completely glassy, you've got to describe it in some way. So what's giving it its colour really are the shapes around that are reflecting in the glass, and they're fairly neutral colours. So I'm just going to see if I can identify some of those reflected colours in the glass surface itself. For everybody to draw up their subject, which I think is what they're doing. And once you've started to draw it up, to then mix, oh God, this filth with a sponge, to then mix up some tints to paint your glass with. And we've just got one single glass at the moment on a piece of tissue paper.
I've just gone straight in painting, and I've got a glass jug on 2 pieces of tissue paper.
Lovely, that's fine. All I said at the beginning, which you may well like to hear, is I got this out because it's a good example, I think, of glass painting. I mean, I did it very quickly one day. What I think is important is that you literally leave bits of the white paper coming up through the painting, and that when you apply your paint, you make sure you really have a lot of paint on your brush, so you're sort of flooding the colours into each other, and, you know, where possible, fusing colour. Now, you don't have to necessarily, I mean, you can use a range of colours, even for white glass. I know this is green, but you know, the white glass does pick up everything that's around it, so you'll get reflected colour in the white glass. Okay.
Agreed. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so that's really, I mean, I'm doing a piece of white glass on a piece of red tissue paper. I'll try and get my subject back up again. There we are. So there's my subject, Sally, and there's the bit of painting I've done so far.
Okay.
I also said to the others that indicate the surface on which it's sitting, i.e. the back of the table, indicate something of the architecture. I mean, I've just done the edge of the window frame, just so it gives it a context. And the other thing I did say at the beginning was I put some white paper behind, or white card behind my glass, just so you can see it. Otherwise you wouldn't see it, because all you could see is the garden through the glass. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sue, are you, for your gray, are you using ultramarine and then a bit of red?
Well,
and then very dilute?
Yeah, I picked out what was on the palette really, and
Yeah.
I used these are my colours so far. If you can see, let me just go out a bit. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. This one that I started with, I think I used ultramarine and then put a bit of vermilion into it to make it more grey. I mean, I'm using sort of very pale washes. That's the one I did for Chris, so ignore that one. But these are very pale and lots of water. So I'm really keeping my washes very, very light and soft. And then remember, once you put the colour down, you can soften the edge of the mark you make with a brush with a clean, damp brush, another clean, damp brush, so you don't get any hard edges on things. All right?
Okay.
So I think I'm saying that for everybody, actually. if I put any wash down, I'll just try and go in a bit so you can see a bit better. This is for everybody, and I think it's quite important. If you're putting down a colour, what tends to happen, it automatically has an edge on it. So then I would actually take a clean brush and just soften it around the edges, so it's not hard edge shape in any at this stage at all. You keep the whole thing looking really watery. And remember that if you put one thin wash over another colour, it's glazing and you get a third colour appearing. It works quite nicely. I've just done it here on the left hand side. So I've taken a warmer colour over a cool colour, and it creates a third colour.
Sue, how are you making the warmer color to put on top to get, because I just came out with purple.
I've used a bit of raw sienna and ultramarine blue.
Okay, thank you. I'll mute myself again.
I love raw sienna. I think it works beautifully because it warms up colours without it being too fierce, you know, whereas if you use yellows, they can be a bit fierce and when you mix them in with another colour. Sally, I don't know if you heard this at the beginning, but what I did say was that when you put your washes on, you could, I've got two brushes here. This one's just got water on it, and I'm using it to soften the edges of the colour when I put it down. So I'll put a colour down, and then I might, you know, because it's sort of creates a sort of slightly hard shape, I'll soften it with the damp brush. Like here. I'm going to turn my board upside down. Right, can you all put your brushes down for a minute and let's just have a quick look what everybody's doing. I haven't done very much, but I'm beginning to get the feel of it, I think. So I'm just going to go around the room.
Oh.
Somebody's not muted. Is it you, Shelley? Yes.
Oh, is it? Did you hear me meowing pathetically?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know if you can see, but I'm pushing in one wash and taking it over another wash, the previous wash that was underneath it, and it gives me a nice dark version of that colour, just the two layers of the same colour, see what I mean?